What's up, buddy? Do you want to be in the video? Do you want to say hi to the people? Why are you up here? Oh my god. You're the biggest cat ever. Say hi. Say hi. Okay, that's adorable. Hey, what's going on, guys? Cygnus here, and today we're going to take a look at enchanting your level 20. Now, you might be thinking, well, Sig, you're on a higher level character. What are you talking about enchanting for your level 20? I have a bunch of vet tunes, right? I also have free-to-play tunes, but I have a bunch of vet tunes. So I do all of my enchanting on my level 53 Warlock. You might catch yourself looking at Chewbacca's spreadsheet, for example, and see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 enchants that do the exact same thing. 2 of which are from Outland. I don't know if that's correct. There's a couple ways you can go about this. If you've got a veteran character you've been working on, you can either, go and buy them from the auction house for whatever, or you can do what I do and have your high level character go and farm mats, enchant vellums, and then send them over to your twink because, you can use mail. Now, if you're free to play, obviously you don't have access to the mailbox, so you're going to have to get them all yourself. Kind of a heads up for free to play characters for this guide. You're basically going to want to get tailoring, go and farm a shitload of cloth, create things with the cloth, and then disenchant that stuff to get your enchanting mats. Now, that's only really relevant for a couple expansions, and I'll go over that in a second. And where should you go to find cloth to farm? Well, wildprofessions.com, of course. Any cloth that you'll need from the old world you can find under here, and there's a bunch of different farming guides for it. For example, the Outland cloth for Netherweave. You want to farm it in Manitombs or in Shadowmoon Valley or in Netherstorm. There's a bunch of good places that you can farm cloth for your level 20. I'm going to go through these expansions in the order of most beneficial to least beneficial, in my opinion at least. First up is Northrend. Northrend enchanting is kind of the jack of all trades. You have something useful for almost every gear slot besides like weapons. For example, you've got super stats to chest, which is the one that increases your stats by 4. And you also have greater versatility to chest, which increases your verse by 6. For bracers, you've got major versatility, which increases it by 4, haste, greater stats, greater spell power, and assault. Boots, you have Tuskar's vitality, which gives you a 10% increase to movement speed and 4 stamina. Just remember that this movement speed increase does not stack with any of your forms, so Ghost Wolf, Cheetah form, it doesn't stack with any forms or any other racials like the Night Elf speed boost while you're stealthed. It doesn't stack with anything. I think you get my point. And then for Cloak, you've got one of the most important enchants, which is Minor Power, which increases your intellect or main stat by 6, and that's in BGs, of course. Now you might be thinking, how do you level up Northrend enchanting? Well, unless you're a monk or a demon hunter, you can just head to Dalaran in Crystalsong Forest by using the portal in whatever main city that you're in, and then you're going to find these Legacy Justice Quartermasters over here. Now these guys sell a pair of blue gloves for 4 gold apiece, and you can buy them on your level 20. And then this Legacy Justice Quartermaster over here will sell epic gloves for 5 gold. So the epic gloves will give you abyss crystals, the blue gloves will give you dream shards, so then you can shatter the abyss crystals for infinite dust or greater cosmic essences, and also obviously lesser cosmic essences. It doesn't take that much gold to level up. I've done this on one of my free-to-play characters. I think I did it with around 500 gold. I just bought the gloves from these guys, disenchanted them for the mats, and then followed the guide on Wild Professions to get all the way up to Northrend 75. It's very, very painless, and you kind of get something for every slot. Next up is going to be Classic Enchanting. For Classic, you can get Superior Strength. I don't have it. And Minor Speed. I don't have it either. All right, so what Superior Strength does is it gives you 5 strength to bracers. So, and then there's the old enchant Minor Speed for boots. And this actually does increase your movement speed by 10%, and it does stack with passive movement speed bonuses. So this does stack with your forms and your, Night Elf stealth and stuff like that. So, there's that. There's also obviously Crusader, which is really, really, really fucking busted right now. Blizzard, please fix this. This isn't a tooltip error. This is actually what it heals for in our bracket. It's fucked. The strength is fine. It gives 46 strength for 15 seconds, but the heal is absolutely busted. But that is what you can get with Classic Enchanting. And Crusader is obviously Abyss for any strength user. The other good weapon to enchant here is Impact, and this gives you +3 weapon damage. This is the actual enchant, even though it says on here that it will only give a 2-hand melee weapon 1 additional point of damage. It'll actually give you 3. That is Abyss for things like Feral Druids. If you don't have access to Superior Impact. Now, only veterans have access to that because it's a grandfathered recipe, of course. It is no longer available. It has been removed from the game. However, there are plenty of people that still have it out there. So if you know somebody and you have your vet, feral druid that wants it, as you can see here by Shay's awesome feral weapon enchant spreadsheet, and this is just based off of tooltip damage, and granted, that can only get you so far, but you do get the most bang for your buck with this superior impact here. The greater impact and regular impact also give you the same stats here, and obviously it shows up differently for both of them. I think they both give you +3, even though one says +4 and one says +2. Very confusing stuff, but if you want to get one of these, this is what you're going to have to get nowadays, unless you have access to somebody that has the grandfathered enchant of superior impact. So apparently for classic enchanting, you can buy these greens from the expeditionary vendor. So you can go ahead and buy these for 99 silver each, and you can get greater magic essences, lesser magic essences, and strange dust. There's also epic pants that you can buy from the Warsong Gulch vendor that you can also DE for void crystals, brilliant shards, eternal essence, and illusion dust. For any other materials that you might need, just go the tailoring route, go farm up some cloth, make some stuff, and then disenchant it. Next up is Pandaria. Pandaria has elemental force, which is pretty much BIS for a lot of agility classes that dual wield. So your enhanced shamans, your rogues, monks, it's pretty good on, for Windwalker if you go the dual wielding route. We have dancing steel, which increases agility by, it's actually 25. I'm not sure what it is in BGs actually. I could be mistaken, but it is 25 outside of BGs. I know that for sure. And it's a pretty good proc rate. I run that in my main hand, and I run Ellie Force in my offhand on my rogue. That's just a personal preference thing. I also have another dagger, so I can run dual Ellie Force if I feel like it, but that's also an option from Pandaria Enchanting. And then there's also one of the best offhand enchants for intellect users. Major intellect actually will show up as a tooltip of 5 outside of BGs, and then inside it'll show as 6. There's also superior mastery to gloves. This will give you 5 outside of BGs and 6 mastery inside of BGs. And the way I leveled up Pandaria Enchanting, at least all I did on my free-to-plays was do some quests and disenchant the greens, and I ended up getting mysterious essences for them. Pretty straightforward. I haven't had to get any higher than that. You probably should just go the same route where you'd farm cloth, craft it, and then disenchant the mats that way if you really need a bunch of them. You can also run in here and farm the first level before the first boss of Heart of Fear. A lot of greens drop out of there, so you can get a lot of mats for your higher level characters that way. Outland Enchanting has the best intellect weapon enchant for casters. It's 14 spell power to a main hand. This is one of the reasons I always suggest casters use a main hand and an offhand, because you can get 14 spell power just to your main hand, and then you can get the 6 int to your offhand with the other enchant that I just talked about from Pandaria. You can also get major healing to gloves. Now it doesn't give you 7, but it'll give you 4 intellect outside of BGs and 5 intellect inside of BGs. And for Outland, it's kind of the same thing. Just go the tailoring route and then disenchant what you need. For my enchanter, I like to farm the Botanica. There's, I think it's the most bosses out of most of the TBC dungeons, and it's one of the quickest that you can actually do, at least in my experience. So I would just run through there, kill everything, disenchant everything, and I had, so many mats I didn't know what to do with. So that's an option for your high-level characters. Legion has your neck enchants. There's Satyr and then Trained Soldier, and then obviously the ring enchants. As for the ring enchants, you want to get the Binding of Blank. The Word of Blank only give you +1. Now granted, they're easier to get, but you're only going to get 1 secondary instead of 2. And that stuff, honestly, you could just go farm Legion mobs. There's some hyperspawn parts. There's some hyperspawn areas that you can find and kill, and you can get things done there. It's pretty easy. Or you can go the tailoring route, like I've said before. Either way works. Some humanoids also will drop cloth and the greens, so like you can get 2 birds stoned at once. Draenor literally doesn't have anything because Gift doesn't actually give you +2 in BGs, and then Cataclysm doesn't give you anything more useful than you can find in all of the rest of the expansions enchanting. That's literally why I don't have it here. So that's all I have for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I know this video has taken a long time for me to make, and that's kind of because it took me a while to go through all of the enchants that we can get as 20s and categorize them in like what's the best, what's the worst, how do you get them. And I probably didn't do the best job, and I could have been better, but anyway, here we are. It's done. I can move on with my life, and I've made something for you guys so you have a direction to go with your characters. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you want to support the channel, feel free to join. It's in the bottom right over there, right next to the subscribe button. It's like $2.99. It's super cheap, and you actually, when I go live, you get a little badge that goes next to your name, and it shows that you support me directly. Waza, or Poutine Master, has been a faithful member for 2 months now, so he's got the little green badge there, and all the badges will go up in rarity, right? The longer you're a member of the channel, the higher quality your badge will upgrade to. So I thought that was kind of neat. And then, as always, feel free to join the public Discord. That is down in the description below, where we hang out and just chat when I'm offline. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.